with 2 working filming lights. If you missed my Never Have I Ever video, one of my cats broke my filming light. The new light bulb has arrived and I can film with balanced lighting again. Big deal, I know. Tonight I have my apple cider vinegar with lemon and honey. We are going to do my April Mask Me Anything. If you are new, I do these videos about once a month and it is basically a time where I put on a face mask as I would any other evening after work, and then I go to my Instagram and I ask you guys to ask me some real personal juicy AF type of questions, and we just have a really casual chat in my face mask where I answer all those questions honestly. These videos get pretty juicy, not even gonna lie, so if you want to learn more about me, things that you might never even realized that you needed to know, definitely check out my previous Mask Me Anythings. I'll link a few down below as well as in an iCard above. Like I said, they get pretty juicy, so there's your warning. As always, don't forget to be following me on Instagram so that you don't miss an opportunity to send in your question and get a shout out if you would like, and leave a like on this video because it does help. Comment down below any other questions that you might have to include into a future Mask Me Anything. Don't forget to subscribe. We really are like one big family with lots of love to go around. It's never too late to join. All you have to do is hit subscribe. Also, don't forget to click the bell because this notifies you every time I upload a new video, and I always shout out the first comment on my social media, so be sure to be following me on that as well. With all that being said, let's head to the bathroom to put on that face mask so we can get started. Welcome back to my bathroom. It's been a hot minute since you guys have been in here. Anyway, for today's video and tonight's mask, I am going to be using this Teamy Detox Green Tea Blend Mask. Recently, Teamy reached out wanting to work together, so they sent over this green tea mask for me to try. It's matcha, lemongrass, and clay. I've been using it for a few weeks now to try it out, and I really love it. It totally does work as like a cleansing detox mask. My skin, when I get breakouts, it happens to get really red and irritated. So this green tea and like matcha color, it kind of masks the breakout red sensation, if that makes sense, and kind of tones it down, which is awesome. It's also not tested on animals, and it has a ton of organic and vegetable based ingredients, so it makes me feel really good knowing that I'm only putting good things onto my skin rather than like a ton of chemicals. Thank you so much for the company that sent me this product. As always, I do have a coupon code for you guys if you want to try out this amazing detox mask. I believe the code is 15MAK, M-A-K, in all capital letters to receive 15% off of your order. I promise you will not regret it. This baby is amazing, like I said, and we're going to be using it in today's video. So, face mask montage starting now. That looks pretty good for the mask. Let's head back into my living room and start answering some questions. Now that we have our face mask on, let's head on over to my Instagram and look at these questions. I always try not to peek ahead and look at the questions before filming because I want my answers to be raw and in the moment. And I also always answer them in chronological order that I've received them in, starting with the first question all the way to the last. So with all of that being said, let's get started. What's something you did in college that your kids will never hear about? I don't know if there's anything college related that I'll keep a secret from my children, because the biggest thing that happened to me in college is that I dropped out, and obviously that's something that I want as like a life lesson if that is something that they are considering, and just to know that it's okay. I don't have any big like naughty secrets in college. If you could pick 2 companies to sponsor you with their products for life, who would they be? I love this question. Definitely Lush, because I just love everything and anything about their brand, company, all their products. I use all of them, and it would be amazing to be sponsored by them, mostly because their products are really expensive, so it would just be a win-win no matter what. So Lush Cosmetics, and then honestly Target, because Target has been killing the game lately. Beach, lake, or pool? I mean, I don't see ocean as an option, but that's what I'm picking. Beach and lake is like the same thing to me because I'm from Minnesota or like the Midwest. You have a shit ton of bikinis. Which one is your favorite? Bonus points for modeling. I have a ton of bikini videos. You can just watch that. Would you rather take one long vacation to one place per year or a bunch of shorter trips? Probably a bunch of shorter trips, because I realized that when I have something to look forward to, like a vacation, I work harder, I'm motivated, the days go by faster because there is that light at the end of the tunnel that I'm looking forward to. So I think it would just be beneficial for my mental health and my productivity if I had a ton of smaller trips to look forward to. Speaking of, I do have a small trip that I'm looking forward to next month. So subscribe, follow me on Instagram to see where that destination is going to be. But I'm very excited, and I'm going with someone super special. If you could pick one city to live in for the rest of your life, what would it be? Either Minneapolis, where I'm from, this is where I grew up, this is where I want to raise my family, or Los Angeles, because that's where I feel the best and like most radiating in myself. What's your go-to Chipotle order? Okay, are you ready for this? Burrito, white rice, pinto beans, no meat, lettuce, pico de gallo, salsa verde, sour cream, and some guac. Basically a veggie burrito. Ooh, I like this question a lot, so thank you so much for asking this. Are you pansexual? That's what I assumed when you described your sexuality in the other Q&A. So if you missed it, I did answer a question about my sexuality over on a different Ask Me Anything, so that will be above and down below if you want to check it out. I actually don't really like the term pansexual if you identify as this. Nothing against you. Personally, it's just a label that growing up, I didn't really understand the meaning of it, and I mean like 4th grade, like when I was really young and I was first introduced to homosexuality and like other labels. Pansexual came up because there was a rumor that someone in the grade above me was pan, and the first thing that I thought of when I heard it was a frying pan. So whenever I see pansexual now, even though I know what it means now, there's nothing wrong with it, I always think of like kitchen appliance. I didn't want to identify as a frying pan. Like I said in the other video, I don't really like the labels, and it is a spectrum, so I prefer not to label myself and kind of be restricted to that. I prefer the other terms that I used in that video, but I won't spoil it, so go watch if you're curious. What's your greatest fear in life at this moment? Probably not making rent. I'm not living like paycheck to paycheck, but I am 23 years old in a 2-bedroom apartment who just graduated college and is, you know, trying to make ends meet. I started paying student loans. I have personal loans. I'm just trying to like live a comfortable life. I work really hard. YouTube helps with that. Sponsorships help. So even like this video, if you're not a fan of sponsorships, just know that like it's helping me pay rent and like make a living. At this point in life, there's stability, but not enough. I don't have quite a lot of savings right now to feel secure, and I'd like to work on that because, you know, I have really big plans in the next decade of my life, and I just want to make sure that I'm Gucci. What are some of your top goals or aspirations for the near future? Ooh, this is a really great question to segue into, since the last question was about, you know, building a foundation to better my life in the decade to come. Some of my top goals in the near future would be to be able to make a consistent living off of YouTube so that I can quit my day job. I'm a server at a restaurant. I love my job. I love who I work with, but at the end of the day, I'm there to make money, and eventually I'd love to just be able to live off of my passion, which is creating online content like this. I want to fix my car because she's falling apart. If you were single, would you think about auditioning for The Bachelor? You know, the realistic side of me is like, no, don't do it, because I feel like it'd be really hard to watch myself that drunk every single week on TV. But there is a small part of me that would love to be on The Bachelor. I wouldn't go on for the right reasons, I'll say that. How do you deal with writer's block? I'm a huge writer, if you did not know, and a big thing that helps me when I have writer's block is to take a break from writing, close the laptop screen or the journal, and either read, watch TV, watch a movie, like get inspired, watch a good film, or just like getting outside and distracting your mind and then going back to it later. That always helps as well. What do you use for birth control, if you use any? I am not on birth control. I was on it for a little bit. I don't remember exactly what type of birth control my doctor put me on, but I knew that I wanted to get on it a few years ago, and about a month into it, I knew that I didn't want to be on it. I'm really glad that I tried it because I've been wanting to get on it since high school because I wanted bigger boobs in high school. That's like so embarrassing to admit, but I went on it for its sole purpose later on in life and realized that the side effects were not worth it. I'm also at a high risk of blood clots and breast cancer and certain ovarian and uterine like cancers in my family. Birth control is going to increase your risk of that. I know that I'm also at a high risk, so it's just not a good decision at all to be put onto birth control like that because of the hormones. As much as I appreciate today's medicine and technology, part of me is still very like organic, and I like alternative options before dealing with today's Western world medicine. And birth control is one of those things where I don't want to put foreign chemicals and hormones into my body if I don't need to. There are other forms to prevent pregnancy that you can take. I mean, I've been fine with those so far, so I'm not. That was like a really long answer. I don't think you even wanted to know all of that. You just said, what do you use for birth control, if you use any, with a little like devil emoji. Maybe you didn't mean like the pill, you just meant like any form of birth control. Do you have any weird fetishes? No. Was that convincing? In high school, I always joked that I had a collarbone fetish because I really love those Tumblr photos of girls with really thin collarbones. I do love a good collarbone. Biggest lie you've ever told? Oh my god, this is so bad. But when I was still at community college, I was taking this one class that was like a 4-hour lab 3 times a week. So it was like a long ass night class. I went there from 4 to 8 p.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then one of those evenings, our professor told us that we had a group presentation that we had to present to the entire like lecture hall by the end of the 4 hours. My speaking and social anxiety just like a switch flipped the second that she said we had to present. I don't know what happened, but like I have really bad social anxiety like that. I wasn't prepared. I didn't know this was going to happen. So I started to panic and I knew that I wouldn't be able to do it. So to get out of it and to still get a grade, because I was panicking, I was already crying and I looked like a mess. I went to the professor and I just like this is so bad. I cannot believe I did this. I do not recommend this. Basically, I told her that someone in my immediate family like died that day and I thought I could go to class and just like sit there quietly, but because we had to give a presentation, I like knew I couldn't do it and I had to leave, and I got an A without doing the project. Oh, that's so awful. I hate that I did that, but that is the biggest lie I think I've ever told. If you could erase one past experience, what would it be? Ooh, this is tough because I definitely believe that everything in your life has led to this very moment, and that if I changed one thing, there could be that ripple effect that, you know, affects everything else, like the Mandela effect, for example. And I also think that I have learned everything that I know now because of what I went through. Maybe if I didn't go through that experience, I wouldn't be who I am today. But that doesn't mean that there are a lot of things that I wish didn't happen to me. I just know that I might have needed those experiences to grow and to be as strong and whoever I am now. How long? Ooh, okay. Whenever I get questions about my boyfriend, I get all giddy. But how long did you wait to sleep with your BF? Also, tell us more about him and how you two met. Oh, we met. Should I just, I really want to tell you guys, but I also like keeping our relationship private because it's the first time I've ever kept a relationship private from like social media. I mean, oh, you can just see like how happy he makes me because I'm just thinking about him. Give this video a thumbs up, and then maybe in a while I can convince him to do a boyfriend tag and we can tell you together, but I don't know. Should I just say it? You asked. We met because he's my landlord. Oh, and then more about him. I'll tell you 3 fun facts because I really love these things about him, but he plays guitar. He never tell you, but he can play guitar. You play guitar. Okay, so that's the first fact, is that he plays guitar. He has his master's degree, which is super hot to me because education. And he works downtown. He keeps a picture of you in his office downtown. I can't believe I gave you 3 facts about him using Taylor Swift lyrics. Wow, iconic. I am such a big T Swift fan, I can't even deny it. Next question. Do you think you'll move away from Marnie almost broke my light again. Do you think you'll move away from Minnesota at some point? I used to firmly believe yes. Ever since I was like 18, graduating high school, the only thing that I wanted was to like leave the state, leave my family, be my own person. I did that. I didn't like it. I went to California a bunch of times. Loved it. So the only place that I think I would ever move away from Minnesota for is California, but at this point I feel like I have established a lot of foundation where I'm from, and like I said, my family's here, my relationship is here, and it's where I want to raise my family someday. So I want to say that like realistically I probably won't, even though part of me still really wants to, if that means, you know, running away to California. What a dream. So the next 2 questions I have are comments off of an old Ask Me Anything video, but I did want to address them in this video as well because I do always give you guys that option. So I have, how do you make your hair so long and beautiful? She left this comment before I chopped it all off, but basically I just never put heat damage on it. It still eventually got split ends. I really love straight hair, but I only ever get it straightened at the salon because I don't want to damage my hair. And then I always use Aragon like Morocco oil. Oh, I also never brush my hair, so secrets are spilling. Next question. Did you walk at your graduation? Proud of you. Thank you so much. I actually did not walk, and I answered this question in a different Ask Me Anything video in case you missed it. But basically what happened is I graduated in December, so I was given the option to either walk the previous May when I still had a semester left of school, or the May after my 1 semester, which hasn't even, it would be like me walking next month for graduating in December. Either way, I did not want to stand and be part of a huge ceremony full of students that I never met, did not know. I walked in high school, and that to me was like a really big moment. So it wouldn't have felt the same walking for college, and I just knew it wasn't something that I wanted. But I also have 2 questions that I took a screenshot of because they were left after I filmed my last Ask Me Anything, and then these people sent in questions and it was too late, so I'm going to add them into this video because I do just want to say thank you for asking them, and I did Oh my god, Marnie! She just unplugged my filming light. So I just wanted to ask what your favorite thing about living alone was. My favorite thing about living alone is that everything about my place just like makes me happy and radiates with love. Also, it's just something that I never really thought was possible when I was younger. Like I just never thought I'd make it to this point in my life, success-wise or age-wise, and I'm here and it blows my mind sometimes. And I also believe that it's really important to live alone at one point in your life, you know, because my mom, for example, got married super young, had me, and never experienced living on her own because she's always lived with my dad. I know that one day I'll look back and regret never living alone if I don't take advantage of this time now. The last question of this Ask Me Anything is, how do you get your cats to love you? Some cats are rude AF. Luck? I don't know. Luck and love? I've had my fair share of rude family cats. I just give my cats lots of love and cat treats and cuddles. Honestly, like I got Luna when she was very, very young, and I think that's a big reason why she's so attached to me. Marnie, on the other hand, I got when she was 1. I do notice that she's not as attached as Luna is to her mom, but I love them both equally. That is it for this month's Ask Me Anything. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, don't forget to follow me on social media so you can be part of the next one, or comment down below any questions that you have that you want to see me answer in the next Ask Me Anything as well. Also, don't forget to check out this product listed down below, as well as the coupon code. Like I said, you'll receive 15% off of your order, and I love this mask so much. They also have other products if you don't want a face mask and other like detox teas. It's really healthy, it's cleansing, it makes me feel good in my skin. Honestly, like that confidence is what matters most. So thank you so much for Teamy for sending me this mask. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you very soon with my next one. Bye!
I'm invisible and everyone knows who you are.